Ever wonder why you suddenly feel the urge to click buy even when you hadn't planned on it? Or why certain marketing messages seem impossible to resist? If you're an online business owner, consultant, or coach, understanding these invisible forces is more than just fascinating, it's a game changer. In this video, I'm revealing the psychological triggers behind these powerful marketing strategies, and most importantly, how you can efficiently harness them to refine your messaging, connect deeply with your audience, and increase your sales. This is part 2 of the marketing psychological triggers. Let's do this. Welcome, I'm Veronica, your marketing girl here at the Pod Sound School. Here, we just don't teach you how to craft compelling content, be it podcasts or videos. We guide you on transforming that content into a powerful tool that boosts your bottom line, drives sales, and fuels the growth of your business. I have some great videos in the pipeline for you, so take a second to hit the subscribe button. I teach creative professionals how to incorporate marketing in their businesses inside our programs and courses. Find out more about our programs at podsoundschool.com. Let's start with the first psychological trigger, and that's scarcity. Even when I know that retailers and businesses online are using this tactic to make me buy, I have fallen for it more than I would like to admit. And you've probably seen it too. There are so many seats left at our retreat. This is a one-time only discount. Only 3 units left. When our brains are faced with scarcity, the amygdala triggers an impulsive fight or flight response, making decisions less rational. Our brain doesn't like missing out on things and gets very excited about rewards. So when something is scarce, we really want to get it quickly before it's gone. You might already be using these strategies in your marketing without even noticing. Maybe you offer only a few spots in your coaching program, cap the number of attendees for your events, or enroll students and clients during specific times of the year. Now you know why it's so effective. Because when we know things won't be available to us later, or that we will have to wait for them, this really triggers us to type that credit card number as fast as our deditos can type. So try this. Create time-sensitive offers, limit the number of spots you offer for your events, and even make yourself less available and more exclusive to your audience. I want you to try it and return to me and tell me the results. And the next psychological trigger is anchoring. And to give you a practical example, maybe you watched infomercials when they are showing a product, let's say, for example, a vacuum, and their retail price is $6.99, but they're not going to sell you the vacuum for that price.
No, folks, that's not all. You get the complete deluxe vacuum valued at $6.99. I'll throw in the hand vacuum valued at $3.99. And I'll throw in all the attachments so you can suck up all that stubborn pet hair valued at $2.99. That's a total value of $13.97. And if you buy in the next hour, I'll throw it all together for only $4.99.
Even if you don't need a freaking vacuum, you'll feel compelled to buy it because of the anchoring principle and what it does to your brain. Our brain relies heavily on an initial piece of information, the anchor, when making subsequent judgments. For instance, once the anchor is set, we have a tendency to adjust our evaluations around the anchor rather than seeing the new information independently. In marketing, this means that if you're shown a high price first, any lower price after that seems like a great deal, even if it's still on the higher side. This trick helps marketers and sellers make their offers look more attractive. People in the online space use this tactic frequently in their webinars and sales presentations. They show you the value of the offer and then the tag price of the offer, which is significantly lower than the value. The next psychological trigger is FOMO, or the fear of missing out. This is when our brain worries we're being left out of fun or rewarding experiences others are having. It's like seeing friends at the Beyonce concert this summer and feeling left out because you slept on buying the tickets on time. This feeling triggers stress and a strong desire to be part of the action. In marketing, businesses use this by showing limited time offers or people enjoying something, making us want to jump in so we don't miss out. We want to belong and we want to be part of something bigger. Come on. Don't feel left out. Come to me. You too can use FOMO in your marketing to convince that skeptical and hard to convince prospect to join you next time you are hosting an event or open registration for one of your life-changing programs. You can do it in the form of showing photos or videos of the behind the scenes of your events, client meetings, group coaching meetings, and so forth. Or even better, if you have testimonials of attendees, happy clients, and customers sharing about the experience, which can also trigger another psychological trigger I cover in my previous video, which is authority. Let's dive into another fascinating psychological trigger.
The contrast principle.
Picture this. You're in a store and you see a beautiful dress priced at $300. Right next to it is another equally attractive dress priced at $150. Even if you initially had no intention of spending $150 on a dress, now it seems like an irresistible bargain compared to the $300 one. That's the contrast principle at work. The contrast principle is about how our brain perceives the value of something based on what it's directly compared to. When two things are placed side by side, the difference between them becomes more evident and affects our perception and decision making. In the earlier example, I mentioned the use of anchoring in infomercials, showing a high price first, the anchor, and then a reduced price to make the deal seem great. The contrast principle works hand in hand with this, but emphasizes the relative difference between two presented options. Online marketers and salespeople love using the contrast principle, especially during promotions. They might first show you a bundle of products at individual prices and then reveal the discounted bundle price, making it appear like an unbeatable deal in contrast. A great real-life example of this was when we were setting the price for one of our advanced courses. We knew its value was immense, but we wanted to make it accessible. So we contrasted it with pricier alternatives in the market, demonstrating how ours offers similar or even better value at a much friendlier price point. If you're presenting two products or prices, ensure both are real and fair comparisons. For example, in a sales presentation, you may share other programs on the market can cost upwards of $2,000. Our program, while offering the same extensive benefits, is available to you today for just $1,000. Here, you're using the contrast principle to showcase the affordability and value of your offering compared to others.
Now let's explore another psychological phenomenon, loss aversion.
Imagine you are in that same store. You see that stunning dress, initially priced at $300, but now it has a tag saying last piece special discounted at $150. You might have been hesitant before, but the idea of missing out on this last piece and its special price makes the desire to purchase even stronger. That tinge of anxiety you feel, that's loss of aversion in action. Loss aversion means we feel a strong emotional reaction to the possibility of losing something than to the possibility of gaining something. In essence, the pain of missing out on that dress deal would feel worse than the joy of saving $150. Marketers are well aware of this psychological tendency. That's why limited time offers, only a few left in stock, or last chance sales are so effective. They tap into our innate fear of missing out on a good deal or exclusive item. You don't want to kick yourself later thinking, I should have grabbed that when I had the chance. When applying loss aversion in your marketing strategy, it's important that you are genuine. If you're advertising a limited time offer, make sure that it's truly limited. If you say only a few items are left in stock, make sure that's accurate. For example, during a webinar, you might highlight this special price is only available for the first 50 enrollees. After that, it's going back to its original cost. This approach emphasizes the potential loss if they don't act quickly. But remember, while loss aversion is a powerful tool, it's important to use it responsibly. Make sure your audience never feels manipulated, but instead sees genuine value and urgency in your offers. If you can effectively incorporate any of the psychological triggers into your marketing message, you will surely see an increase in sales. Mark my words. And remember, these are not the only triggers. This is the second video I made on the topic. If you really want to unlock your full marketing powers, tune in to this video here where I share 5 of the most powerful marketing tricks that will fill up your pockets and drive sales. Don't miss it.